Hi folks, Tim here again, timsclass.com. Today we're going to cover the bench grinder. It's going to be a short lesson, but we're going to go over all this, make sure you understand it. Do want you to understand one thing. If OSHA ever comes to your shop, this is one of the first places they're going to go because there tends to be more violations of OSHA standards when it comes to this tool than about any other tool in your shop. So we'll go over that in a minute. When we get to it. So first thing you got to cover the PPE that we want to wear. You should be wearing long sleeve, something or another shirt. I put this shirt on just to have something long sleeve on. You should have glasses and also a face shield, double protection for the eyes, and your gloves. So generally I don't like wearing gloves with power tools. This is one of the exceptions. So the first thing you want to do before you ever secure your wheels, say you bought a bench grinder and you want to hook it up and fix it up. It's going to come in a bunch of different parts. First thing you want to do is test the wheels. And if you'll come around this way, I'm going to show you how that's going to work. We're going to perform just a simple ring test. Let me grab something here to run this through. Just going to grab a bit. And I'm going to put that in the vise so that we can roll these wheels onto it. So you're testing the wheels to make sure they don't have any cracks in them. Now these are small wheels. These are off of another bench grinder. This particular one's an 8-inch and these are 5-inch wheels. So you'll get the general idea. It's not going to be as loud of a ring, but it's called a ring test. But what you want to do, if you picture a straight line up and down here, and go off to a 45-degree angle either way, and you're just going to tap it with some kind of hard object, nothing steel, something plastic. Don't get much of a ring, but you still hear a ding. All right, and then you roll it over, do the same thing. That tells me that there's no defects, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to illustrate the difference. I've got another wheel here that I accidentally dropped on the floor, which cracked it. And I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there's a little crack right there in the wheel. Now listen to what happens when I perform the ring test on this one. It's just a thud, okay? Here's another one. You can see it's good. That clanging sound is what you're looking for, and it's called a ring test. If I were to put this disc on my grinder and turn it up, it would probably pretty much explode. And that's horrible. That's why the OSHA is so concerned about this tool. This would be a nightmare if you were to put this on there and turn it on. These things get to spinning up to 12,000 RPM, so you can imagine what that'd be like for this rock to literally explode and pieces go flying everywhere. So just want to make sure you understand that. All right, let's cover some of the things on this. This particular model is a Delta. I like that it's got this light that allows me to see better. I've got two different wheels. This one's actually got set up where I can come in at a 45 or an angle. I like that. This is a flat tool rest. These are both called tool rests. The first thing they're going to look for is this tool rest can never be more than an 1/8 inch away from the wheel. So it's got to be an 1/8 inch or less away from the wheel. Your spark arresters or your guards here should be a 1/4 inch away from the wheel. And that's the guidelines that you're supposed to go by. So all of these shields, all of these tool rests must be in place. Don't take these off. That's bad to take these off. All right, you notice this one's a variable speed, so I can adjust the speed of it. All right, and I've got this little piece of metal here that I cut with a grinder. I had a grinding wheel and I cut it, and you can see it's all jagged, and we're just going to clean that up. So let me put on my PPE and we'll turn it on and you can see how that works. And I want to come around to this side where you can see. Now we're going to turn it on and you want it to come to full speed before you begin to use it. At variable speed, I'm running it low. You can see I can take it way up, but I'm gonna run it fairly low speed right now for what I'm trying to do. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn it off. And you can see how it cleaned up that edge really nice. Okay, and we could work on this. This is how knife makers make knives. They use these to get their knife to about where they want it. A couple of side notes to keep in mind with this bench grinder. You do not want to use this on tempered steel, so don't use this to sharpen like your files. They're all tempered steel. So if I were to use this to sharpen one of my files, it's going to reheat the metal and it's going to lose its temper. So you just don't want to work on hardened steel with this. This is to shape steel and get it ready. Then if I wanted to harden it, I could go through that process. But anyway, that's the bench grinder. I hope you learned something today. Have a good one.